Juma was a young man living in the bustling city of Nairobi. He grew up in a Christian home, attending church every Sunday with his family. But as Juma got older, he found himself drifting away from his faith. The city lights seemed to hold more promise than Sunday sermons. He was distracted by all the exciting things happening around him. Juma started to question his beliefs. Juma felt increasingly isolated in his doubt. His friends, caught up in the city's vibrant social scene, couldn't relate to his internal struggle. They encouraged him to loosen up, to embrace the moment, to forget about old-fashioned ideas. It felt like everyone else had it figured out, and he was the only one lost in a sea of doubt. The pressure to conform was immense, and Juma found himself questioning if faith was even relevant anymore. One Sunday, almost out of habit, Juma found himself at his usual church. He wasn't expecting much, but he felt a strange pull towards the familiar comfort of the wooden pews. As Pastor Wanjiru spoke that day, something shifted within Juma. It wasn't a dramatic revelation, but a gentle whisper in his heart. The pastor spoke about finding strength in faith, about the unwavering love of God, and about the importance of holding on to belief, even when surrounded by doubt. Pastor Wanjiru's words resonated with Juma. It was like a light had been switched on in a dark room. He realized that his faith wasn't something to be ashamed of, but a source of strength and hope. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, a desire to reconnect with God, and a newfound courage to face his doubts. The city, with all its distractions, suddenly seemed less daunting. Juma left the church that day feeling like a weight had been lifted. He knew he had a long journey ahead, but for the first time in a long while, he felt hopeful. He started reading the Bible again, finding comfort and guidance in its verses. He reached out to his parents, sharing his struggles and his desire to reconnect with his faith. To his surprise, they were incredibly supportive, offering him love and understanding. The road back to faith wasn't always easy. There were days when Juma felt overwhelmed, when the pull of the world seemed too strong, but he clung to his faith, drawing strength from prayer and finding solace in the support of his family. He started attending a youth group, finding a sense of belonging and fellowship with other young people who shared his beliefs. Their stories of faith and resilience inspired him, reminding him that he wasn't alone in his journey. Going back to campus after his renewed commitment to his faith, Juma was prepared for a different kind of challenge. He knew his friends might not understand. Some might even ridicule him for his beliefs. Juma decided to be open about his faith, not in a preachy way, but by living his life according to his values. There were whispers, confused looks, and even some good-natured teasing, but Juma stood his ground, his newfound faith giving him an inner strength he hadn't realized he possessed. He answered questions honestly, sharing his own journey, and emphasizing that faith was a personal choice. He refused to be drawn into arguments, choosing instead to demonstrate his faith through kindness, compassion, and understanding. Juma felt a call to do more than just live his faith. He wanted to share it. He decided to organize a faith-based outreach event on campus. He envisioned a welcoming space where students could come together, ask questions, share their doubts, and explore faith without judgment. The event was more successful than Juma could have ever imagined. It wasn't just about religion, it was about finding a community, a sense of belonging, and something to believe in. Seeing the impact of the event, Juma realized that many young people were searching for something more, just like he was. His journey, with all its struggles and triumphs, had ignited a spark, and he was determined to keep that flame of faith burning bright.